Hello everybody, my name is Star Wars Boy, how are you? And welcome back to the channel for a brand new Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at all my settings from sensitivity to video, so you guys have a general understanding of how I play and what settings I play with. Now, before I start the video, I do have a very special announcement to make. A few days ago, I actually launched channel memberships and they're now available. You don't have to join, however, if you're interested, feel free in checking it out and maybe you might join. Anyways, let's get started. So starting off with my control sensitivities, and my zoom sensitivity is at 40%, and this is a really comfortable spot for me. Whenever I zoom in, I usually want to be able to track someone pretty slowly. I really hate it when I have a really high sensitivity, especially while zoomed in, because one move with the joystick and I just miss them completely. So having a lower sensitivity for zoomed really helps me. My soldier sensitivity is at 75%, which I think is the perfect spot. Let me explain. As a saber hero, you want to have a pretty high sensitivity so that you can have pretty good reaction time and turn around instantly to get that block up. However, if you're playing as a blaster character, you want to have a lower sensitivity so that you can actually hit more of your shots and just hit more people. So I used to have my sensitivity at 100%. However, when I started playing blaster characters, I kept lowering it by 5% every match I played until I find 75 as a good position to have it at. Honestly, I play troopers a lot and I really am getting into playing blaster heroes more, so this sensitivity has been good for both blaster characters and heroes. Now, when going over my buttons, all of my buttons are essentially set to default except Starfighter's, which is set to Southpaw. Default is essentially the opposite, and Southpaw is just a lot more to get used to, because Southpaw is essentially default settings for the soldier button. So if you play as troopers a lot and you go to Starfighters and you have the default settings, it's gonna be really challenging. So I have Southpaw. It's just a lot easier. Now moving on to my gameplay settings, and my soldier camera is locked on third person. I pretty much never switch to first person. I do have vibration on. That's just a personal thing. I know a lot of people hate controller vibration, but I honestly don't mind it. My aim assist used to be off, however, I decided to turn it back on. In case you guys don't know, Battlefront 2 aim assist can sometimes be worse than actually having aim assist off. So I turned aim assist off. And I noticed I was getting pretty much used to it, but people were saying, oh, why do you have aim assist off? So I turned it back on and it was actually pretty much the same. So I decided to leave it on ever since. As for HUD visibility, I have everything on. You do have the option for scopes only and off for cinematics. That's just a thing there. Now, crosshair color, a lot of people ask me about, and I like to have purple, mainly because purple stands out on almost every map. So green sometimes doesn't stand out and blue sometimes doesn't stand out. I don't really like white, so I just have purple. I think it's a good color and I think you can easily see it. My weapon heat bar is below the crosshair. That way I almost never overheat my weapon, as it's right where I'm aiming at someone, so I already see it while I'm aiming at them. As for kill message, I have it on default. I don't really like to switch it. I think that having on default is fine. Score log is on and all these other settings are on. The only one that's not is game mode updates. I've played the game for a long time and I already know pretty much all the game modes that are in the game and what objectives they're at. So game mode updates is essentially kind of useless for me. Now, I do also have a setting down here called objective outlines, and I do have it for smart. I have kill log on, the cards on, just so you guys can see what cards I'm using, and weapons hints are obviously off. Weapon hints are actually pretty annoying because I will be playing the game for a year and it will still tell me the same thing even though I do know it, so that's why I have it off. I do obviously have my radar on and my squad list so that everyone can see the names. Now, high contrast is a setting that a lot of people ask me about. I see a lot of people playing Battlefront 2 and they ask me, how do you change it so the background of your abilities are black? And this is essentially how, if you turn high contrast to 100%. I really don't like that, so I have mine all the way at 0 like it was before, and I just think that it looks a lot more cleaner. Commander Portrait I do also have on just because I think it builds on immersion and it looks cooler. In case you guys don't know, Commander Portrait is essentially the commander in Galactic Assault informing you on the objective or your team status. And that's pretty much it for gameplay. Now, we're gonna go quickly over my video settings. I do default just because I really like the yellowish gold color. There are obviously a lot more options like blue and light blue and cyan, but I do really like this gold color. My brightness is normal at 50% and my motion blur amount is completely off. Filmic effects and filigrane are on while lens distortion is off. And the final setting for Battlefront 2 is audio. So I do have my master volume all the way up. However, music is off. And this is something that I'm sure a lot of content creators do. So obviously there are 3 music settings. There's on, that music follows the action. Music is off. And there's constant music during multiplayer. So music all the time. I don't like having music on because usually when I'll use gameplay, sometimes I like having it at really low volume so that I can hear the game sound effects, because you know the kill sound effect and hit sound effects are pretty good. However, it's just really annoying having the game audio, which happens to be copyrighted, and editing gameplay like that. It's just really hard, so I do have it off. Whenever I play Battlefront, I'm usually either talking with friends or I have some music on in the background. So this doesn't really affect me, it's just kind of annoying. However, Star Wars music does build on the immersion, so I'm really happy that they do have it. But yeah, in case you guys don't know, you can turn it off or you can just have it on all the time. My language is of course English, and the kill sound effect and hit sound effect are on as they should be, and subtitles are obviously off. Now, since I play on PS4, that's pretty much all the settings. There's no FOV slider, there is no graphics settings, that is pretty much it. Again, this is a video that a lot of people surprisingly wanted to see, as I guess they don't know what settings for Battlefront 2 are the best. These are my personal settings, and I've gotten used to it for a while after playing for almost 3 years. Obviously, if you play other games, you can try those settings out in this game. It might not work the best since there is lightsaber combat in this game, but you might as well give it a try. This video was pretty quick. I didn't think it would be very long, but that's gonna do it. So thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye, and may the force be with you always.